Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avadon. Last episode we finally met with Redbeard, commander and leader and keeper of the Fortress of Avadon. We also spoke with Miranda, who basically told us to go over here and find out about a few things, including scarabs, which are painful but will give us handy boosts, and some sort of item. Rod of Attraction. Pulls nearby foes closer. Yeah, I'll keep that to the side. Probably won't end up using that. I don't think we need that either. And now, let's go back to speak with Miranda and find out what our mission is going to be. Miranda looks up at you from her desk. What else do you need to know? I have received my supplies, Miranda. Then you are ready for your first journey into the outside world as a representative of Avadon. Sooner than I might have wanted to send you, perhaps, but you will only be dealing with wretches, so it should be fine. Where do I need to go? Miranda pulls a wrinkled sheet of papyrus from deep in one of the stacks on her desk and inspects it. Ah, yes, the dragon Zethron. How interesting. Meeting a dragon on your first trip out. The dragon is troubled by wretches. We want to keep the creature happy. He hasn't received personal attention from Avadon in some time, so we are sending you. Go clear out his pests, then return to me. And I am happy to say 2 more hands have returned from the field. They are available to help you. Be sure to speak with them before you depart. I can spare 2 of the 4 available to help you with this task. I doubt that you will need more. I am helping a dragon. Dragons are some of the most valuable allies for the Pact. Of course, not all dragons are allied with us, but those creatures are wise enough to hide far away. Beasts such as Zethron provide knowledge and military aid. In return, we must at times help ease their egos by sending hands to do their bidding. How can I reach the dragon? She points toward the southern tower. The portal there has been charged to take you to the town of Goldcrag in the Kava. Once there, it will not be difficult to find your way to Zethron's Eyrie. Many travel there to buy various sorts of assistance from the greedy old reptile. Tell me about the 2 other hands. She consults another paper on her desk. One is Shima Threespear, a young shadow walker of some skill. Quite promising, I think. He is often found in the dining hall. The other is Janelle. She is a shaman, recently arrived from the Wild Realm, and eager to prove herself. She spends much of her time in the garden in the northwest corner of the fortress. Who should I take with me? That will be your decision. See which one you mesh best with, and which one has skills to complement your own. Why are these hands still here instead of out in the field? They are young, perhaps less tested than others, and thus less likely to be selected. But I assure you that you will be able to work well with them. Alright, we'll see if we can find them, and see what can happen. Probably shouldn't have sold all that stuff I sold. Alright. Let's start by going up this way. What's this? Aiding Zethron. What the hell, let's go to the northwest corner first. So that's probably where we'll find what's her name. Huh, do you actually have anything for us, Callan? Hand Callan continues to tirelessly roam the halls of Avadon, looking for anyone who seems the least bit idle and putting them to work. She occasionally looks at you wistfully. There's much I could have you do, but Miranda has reserved you. What do you need of me? Can I talk to you? I suppose so. I think you've had time to settle in. She shakes her hand. Jason, is it? Good to meet you. I am the head hand here. Redbeard says so. When you aren't following the orders of him or the Hearts, you will answer to me. The way things are looking, you'll be busy for some time. I know everything about the hands, including the ones that have been assigned to help you. What do you want to know? Where are you from? I was raised in the wide fields of the Wild Realm to the west. Wild, free lands. I was part of a proud tribe that has long fought the corruption for the good of the Pact. But that was not enough for me. I was the finest archer in our tribe. I decided to put my skills to use here. What is the corruption? A blasted land of crags, peaks, and monstrosities. Listen to all why it is important for Avadon to bring mad wizards to heal as quickly as possible. Fortunately, it's not much of a bother. The occasional horror slows out, and we fill it with arrows. Nothing we cannot defeat. Why did you leave your homeland? I miss the fields and woods, I suppose, but the simple truth is this. Unlike most of my people, I have developed a taste for cities. Love them, in fact. What are your duties here? I look after the hands. When Redbeard needs some of them for one of his jobs, he talks to me directly. When he suspects disloyalty, he asks me to find it. I spend a lot of time dealing with him directly, more than most. Enough to earn a nickname. What is your nickname? They say that I am one of his 3 wives, along with Hart Miranda and Iliera. They hate the name. It just makes me laugh. You look for disloyalty. Her smile fades. Any hand can turn out to be an assassin. Any hand can grow weak and sell out the pact for a big enough bribe. When they do, Redbeard counts on me to uncover the crime. And I do. If you ever suspect treachery, I am the one you must tell. Tell me more about Redbeard. Everyone fears him. It is terribly unjust, since none do more or fight more fiercely to help the people of the pact sleep securely in our beds. I have nothing to fear from him. You know why? Because I am loyal, and I fight for right. Follow my example, and you need not fear either. I want to talk about what has been happening lately. She looks unsettled. Understandable. It is a difficult time, with one disaster following another. It does happen. There was an accident in one of the towers. A pulse of magic disrupted much of Avadon. At the same time, there is an unusual amount of trouble in the Farlands. Most of our hands had to be sent away. Tell me about the accident. One of the towers was used to imprison creatures of interest. Usually the result of magical experimentation, or monsters have wandered out of the corruption. They were held in place with runes of power. Tell me about this tower. The stairs up to it are near your quarters in Miranda's office. She notes the amulet around your neck. You do not yet have the authority to enter it. What happened? Nobody knows for sure. There was a pulse of power. The runes burned themselves out. The keepers died. A wave of energy disrupted spells all over Avadon. Beasts escaped. The dungeons were disrupted. What caused the problem? It is a mystery. It's worrying. Alright, what sort of disruptions have been happening? The normal things. Riots, conspiracies against the pact, people of the pact not being treated with due respect in the Farlands, monster infestations. You aren't concerned about this extra activity from the enemy? Not really. Busy times are not unusual. Sometimes more things go wrong. Though it is always alarming when it happens. And all of the hands are still away. No, the distractions continue. As soon as they come back, they must be sent off again. Alright. Can we discuss my companions? Of course. You often will not be able to choose who you work with. However, I am here to make it easier to fight alongside these unexpected allies. I would like to know anything unusual that happens in your dealings with them. After all, they may not necessarily be those I would choose to work with you. Why wouldn't you choose them? Some hands don't settle into life at Avadon as well as others. Some of them may have qualities or opinions that give them a difficult time here. What does that have to do with the hands available to me? The trials we have faced have left behind a greater concentration of... Actually, never mind. They have the full backing of Avadon. They will serve the cause of the Pact well. She obviously has nothing else to say on this topic. You want me to report on my fellow warriors? Of course I do. Think I'm ashamed to say it? The Pact is ever threatened by assassins and traitors. Assassins and traitors are everywhere. These are facts. If you have reason to suspect one of your allies threatens Avadon, it is your duty to say so. Well, I have nothing to say about them. Understandable, but I hope when you learn more, you'll confide in me. Is there anything I can do for you? I'm always happy when enterprising hands offer themselves for extra work. I know Miranda keeps you busy, but there is a small task I would like done. It'll take very little time. We have an envoy from the Tawan Empire. Name is Brasula. She has been here for some time, more than usual. Since the Tawan Empire is an old foe of the Pact, this requires attention. I would like for you to search her quarters and see if you can find any evidence of spying or other behavior. Where are her quarters? She is staying in the lower guest quarters under the main dining hall. Will she mind if I search her quarters? She is of the Farlands, not the Pact. She has no choice but to accept it. Remember our principles. The stone wall beyond. However, it might be wise to do the search when she is not actually present. Okay, I suppose we can do that. We're getting quite a few quests and things to explore out here. Alright. This is the main dining hall of Avadon. It is a whirlwind of activity every hour of the day as hands, envoys, supplicants, and diplomats grab hasty meals before returning to their business. Most of the people here ignore you. One man stares at you openly. He is a shadow walker, sitting by himself at a long table. He sips some wine and nods at you. Oop. Avadon worker. That must be the person. That must be the way down to where they were talking about. Okay. There is a man in black garb, a mask, and leather armor sitting at this table. His appearance is rather incongruous in this crowded, dusty, busy dining hall. He sits alone, and he constantly scratches at his mask, as if it is bothering him. Then he sees you. He jumps to his feet and bows deeply. Hart Miranda told me of you. You are Jason, yes? I am Shima Threespear, proud Shadow Walker of Hulklandia. I place my blade and razor discs at your service, should you have need of me. Is your mask bothering you? His face is covered so you can't see his expression. He shrugs slightly. It itches from time to time, especially when I am inside and it is warm. But the mask is the mark of my caste, so I wear it proudly in Avadon. You are from Hulklandia. That is true. He suspects that you are about to ask more about it. But I would discuss it at another time. I have just arrived from the field, and I am eager to return. You are a Shadow Walker. I am. Normally I would not wear this garb where others could see me. In Avadon, however, among my allies, I let you see it so that you may know my purpose. So it is unusual to be dressed like this. Of course. We say that when one not of our clan sees the mask, it is the last thing they see. But I am a warrior of Avadon now, so all of Avadon are my clanmates. Why are you sitting here? I must eat. And I, whenever I can, talk to those who travel through. We Shadow Walkers learn all we can of every land, so that we can be prepared when we are sent there. I can choose you to come with me on my next mission in the Kava. Then I would be honored to serve Redbeard by your side. My armor is light, but my arm is fast. I can duck in, strike a lethal blow, and disappear in the shadows all in a single moment. We are assassins, warriors of the darkness. If we find ourselves fighting toe-to-toe, we have somehow failed. We bring rapid death, and then we disappear. I do all I do for the honor of the Three-Spear clan. I will wait to see if you have use for me. I will consider bringing you. I would welcome it. I do not wish to spend more time on guard duty or menial work, and I feel that I have much to prove. Before you can ask him to elaborate, he sits back down at the table. I will wait here for your command. Excuse me while I prepare. He returns to his meal. Well, okay then. And speaking with him, let's take a look over in this direction. Oh. I don't know what happened over there. And there's another stairway over here. Bloody hell, there's stairways everywhere. Oh, this is a kitchen. Huh. Alright. The other person must be out here somewhere. This is a second garden, larger and more beautiful than the first. Planters ring the hall, full of rare and fragile plants from all over Linnaeus. Visitors to Avadon frequently come here to breathe fresh air and try to relax. It's not easy to stay calm under the constant gaze of Keeper Redbeard. There's a young woman walking among the trees. She is barefoot and wears a loose leather tunic and dress. You suspect that she is from the Wild Realm. When she sees you, she nods solemnly. Let's see. That's someone else. There's an aging man here in the garden, walking around and enjoying the flora. This is a courtyard, so you are surrounded by cool, fresh mountain air. He inhales it deeply. Then he turns to you and frowns. Ah, a hand. I am only enjoying what I do not usually get. I am Abi, representative of the Kava. The Kava is a harsh desert land, so you can see why all of this greenery has an appeal. This is a lovely garden. Yes. He pauses to sniff a flower. You're from the Kava? I am. I will be spending 6 months here, then I will return. Can you tell me more about the Kava? I am a poor teacher. Why 6 months? He admires a praying mantis as it consumes its prey. Then I will be replaced by another. Abby of the Kava continues to wander the garden, closely inspecting all the different plants and insects. Even the weeds hold a fascination for him. He is aware of your presence, though he does little to acknowledge it. You're from the Kava? Oh, we already asked that. Why are you here? As a representative. For? The Kava. How do you represent them? He sighs, realizing that his efforts to avoid conversation are coming to naught. The Kava, from time to time, needs help dealing with outsiders. Needs help Avadon can provide.
So they send requests to me. I pass them on to your hearts and hands.
Is this a prestigious post?
Yes, quite luxurious and well paid. If I am not assassinated, I will be pleased to have served this term.
How does Avadon respond to your inquiries?
Generally with great indifference.
What sort of things do you ask for?
Usually help managing the wretches and the titans, and of course protecting us against the swindles and offenses of our so-called allies in the Pact.
And can I help you? He seemed surprised.
A warrior of Avadon offering to help. This is a surprise. Yes, you can help. Finding out who is selling weaponry to the wretches will definitely help the Pact. If you ever happen to find yourself in Goldcrag, there is a man living outside of it. His name is Tartum. I believe he is acting against the Pact. You should deal with him the way Avadon does.
What is Tartum doing?
Wretches are the eternal plague of the Kvar, and we believe that this Tartum person is selling weapons to them. Avadon acts delightfully decisively toward those who are on the far lands.
Huh. And what do you want me to do?
Train the gaze of Avadon upon him, death to foes of the Pact, and so on.
Why don't you deal with him?
We of the Kvar follow the Stone Code, which limits what the leaders of smaller towns may do without proof. If the head of a province was available and willing, Tartum could be crushed in a moment. No proof needed. However, they lack the influence.
Alright, I suppose we can take a little time to look into it. Now, there she is. Wow, this really is a big... There is so much empty space in this. There is a woman wandering the Avadon gardens. She wears a long, loose leather dress, and several beads and symbols hang from around her neck. She is older than you. You guess that she has served in Avadon for at least a few years. As you approach her, you feel as if you are being watched. Something slinks through the trees, watching you. When you turn to see what it is, it fades back into the shadows. She smiles. Greetings. Heart Miranda described you to me. You are Jason, the newest hand in Avadon. I am Janelle, Shaman of the Wild Realm. I will be working at your side if you choose. Is there something stalking me? She nods and laughs. Despite the recent troubles, she is in high spirits. The beasts of the woods tend to keep an eye on me, as do the beasts of this garden. Do not worry. As long as you don't move too suddenly, you will be fine. She might be joking. You're from the Wild Realm. This is true. I am of one of the southern tribes, though I have not been home for some years. I am polite enough to not describe my land unless asked. And if I ask? Then I would be happy to tell. Later. For now I have heard there is work to do. I can choose to bring you with me on missions. So Heart Miranda has explained to me. This was not unwelcome news. You seem competent enough, and I am eager for any excuse to escape this tomb of stone. This tomb of stone? I serve Avadon, but I am not fully at ease within its walls. I prefer to be out in the open air. If you do not like Avadon, why did you come? It is a long tale, and not one I tell to those I have just met. How can you aid me? I am a shaman, one who has shown great skill in my chosen path. I can call creatures to aid us in battle. I can summon venom and clawed spirits to strike down our foes from afar. And I am no stranger to the healing arts. I can revive you when you have become wounded. There is much I can do for you, and all I ask is for you to take me out to the stone fortress. You are a skilled worker of magic, like Nathalie. In skill, I have much in common with Nathalie. I do, however, lack much of her arrogance and limitless ambition, and unlike her, there are some in Avadon who claim to like me. I may bring you with me. She looks pleased. I hope you continue to consider it. My service to Avadon has been above reproach. Now I must go. My companion has run off, and I fear that he will be causing mischief. She walks off into the trees. Alright, so that's the other person we'll be able to get. Doesn't look like there's really much else to explore up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We can't explore anything else above here. Okay, anything here we can take? Actually, we can probably use those leather gloves for... Yes, him. He's ready to attack, and she's very much at peace. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Shima, you leveled up. I suppose improvement to strength and dexterity is probably good. Let's see. Melee training. Ooh, level 3, a chance of poisoning a target. Locksmith. Yeah, I suppose it's basically that. Let's see, what else here? Steel Discipline. 5% of level backstab bonus. Really? You can backstab? Interesting. Disarming Blow delivers a nasty blow to one foe and causes its attacks to be weaker. Okay, that's handy. And a healing attack. Along with resistance to magical and elemental attacks. Additional damage to weapon attacks. That sounds useful. Razor Discs. Oh, so he uses Razor Discs. Interesting. I'll have to try using that. Shadow Step. Ooh, that could be useful in the future. Shadow Walker's Focus. Speeds up the Shadow Walker and causes all melee attackers to suffer physical damage. Handy. Searing Pot. Shattering Blow. Flash Powder. Yeah, let's do it like that. I think that works. And the healer. Intelligence. Sure, bring it to 6. And let's see, what have you got? You got Spirit Claw, slashes a nearby foe with the claws of a spirit wolf. Can even harm enemies at a distance. Handy. Retrieve Servant, summons the power of nature to heal damage suffered by your pet. Okay, she can have a pet. Hardiness, increases your health by 4% a level. Huh. Very handy. Healing Chant, can heal one ally. Call Wolf, summons a wolf. Also handy. Also a healing ability. We probably want to build her up there. Every level of this skill adds 1 level to all summoned creatures. That sounds handy. Ooh. Higher level as they get War Chant and Haste. Very useful. Rain of Poison Mist, damaging everyone. Call of the Winds, buffets, damaging and knocking back and immobilizing a target. Increases magical damage. Surrounds all nearby allies with a shield of thorns. Very useful. Calls a salamander. Very interesting. And at level 6, a powerful drake. Oh, wow. And damaging all nearby foes. Okay, this is very interesting. So she's a healer summoner. I like this. So a point in hardiness so that we can get to healing touch. I don't think we really need that right now. But I think we'll be able to practice with the wolf. We'll give it a try, so level 3, the wolf appears with the Curse Howl ability, whatever that does. At level 6, it gets a Hellhound. Okay, I'll take that. We'll see what happens. Okay then. Is there anything else that can be done up here while we're here? You know what? I think I'm going to end this episode right about here. Next episode, we'll take a look at the various places we need to go to explore down below. No. We need to see what's in here, we need to investigate the dungeons, and we need to see what's over here and over here. That is going to be in the next episode. So, until then, I'm Chester44. That is Jason. This has been an Avadon Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.